Hello, welcome to the Supreme Team Podcast. Today we have Konnor,
Hello.
Josh,
Hey.
Obungus, or Matt.
Why do I get a different name every time?
Well, because you make yourself a different name. And Alyssa.
Hey! I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
God.
It's a lot of energy.
It's more energy than I can take. I'll need you to tone it back, like,
Mm-hmm.
a
It's
lot.
my e-girl energy, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I
Just go
gotta
soak in a bath like a nuclear device so it'll drain out, you know?
I gotta attract the simps somehow, dude.
Oh, for your simp army?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course, of
I'm
course.
growing it.
Dude, views are
Um,
views.
Especially on toes. All right, let's get going, boys.
So,
Nice.
one of the things we were talking about this. I think a few days ago. I really wanted to talk about something that happened to us when a couple of us went to MagFest.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever told you about this, Matt. I think Alyssa heard the story.
Mm.
And Konnor and Josh definitely know the story. So, for those of you who don't know what MagFest is, it's a video game and music convention. It's like it was 4 days long, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a fucking blast, and I can't wait to do it again.
Same.
The people who went were me, Kevin, Sean,
Mhm.
Josh, Konnor, Jeff. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Jeff.
And we were all just chilling. And me, Sean, and Kevin had just gotten had just walked away from the not Nintendo photo shoot, the Nintendo like world record thing, because they were trying to set a world record for most Nintendo character cosplays in one area. So we're walking away and we're looking at the map and we're just trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
I know what story this is.
And some dude just like walks up to us with he has like his cheeks painted like pink or like reddish pink, and he just walks up to me and goes, "Hey guys," and I'm just like, "Ooh, hi," and he's like, "Hey, how are you guys?" And I'm like, "I'm good." This is literally I'm not joking when I say that's what he sounded like.
Are we? Is he Kirby? Like he's like, hey!
Oh, we'll get there.
And so he's wearing like a pink shirt.
Uh-huh.
He's an obese guy. He's wearing a pink, like this really big pink shirt.
Oh man, you're really just describing me right now. I've got a pink shirt on right now.
Hell yeah.
It's more
Wait,
more
real
of a
quick.
salmon, if anything.
It was Matt the whole time.
No. You think I'm joking here? I'll send you a picture.
Wait, real quick. Did they set the record? I don't know. Did they?
I don't know. I'll
I don't
have to look
think
into
so.
that. I don't think they did either. But so he was talking to us and he was like, and he was like, "Do you guys know who I am?" And we're all dressed up as Link, by the way. Like I was red, Kevin was blue, and Sean was green, and we're all just in like, no. And me and Kevin are like exchanging glances, and Sean's doing his casual nice guy thing and just talking to him.
Yeah.
And me and Kevin just keep exchanging like side eyes, and he goes, "I'm Kirby."
Oh, he was Kirby. Okay.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, now I see it."
Oh.
Yeah, the paint.
Boy,
yeah.
boy, do I have a picture for you.
Oh boy.
Wait, so he says, so he's like, "Yeah, I just got back from the photo shoot as well. Oh, and then later
Alright.
tonight I'm gonna be dressed up as lewd piranha plant."
Oh,
and he had like green like stockings on.
laying down the pipe.
He had like, he had like green stockings on, and then he was like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna have these on, and I'm gonna be shirtless with light up nipples." And then he turned his nipples on. And the bitches started lighting up and glowing and changing colors rapidly, and I started dying. Like I had to turn away because I started dying.
So, is this why Sean told me he wouldn't mind hooking up with me? I said it as a joke. I was like, "Hey, Sean, you want to hook up?" And he was like, "Oh, fuck yeah." I was like,
God. Was Sean sober at the time?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and he doesn't
feel
want to
like
do it with
Sean-
me?
Why not?
Okay, Sean.
I feel like Sean would do anything.
Maybe Sean's just into bigger dudes. I almost called you Mike, Josh. My bad.
I've got broad
I could be
shoulders.
Mike.
Don't be
He likes his women feminine and he likes his men masculine. And boy, oh boy, this big hairy boy's masculine.
Masculine.
Hey.
But
Sorry.
no, you guys are good. I think that was fine. But to like finish it off, we started walking away, and the first words out of my mouth were, "What the fuck was that?" And Kevin's like, "I don't know, man." And Sean was like, "We need to fucking leave."
It was Kirby, guys. Come on. He said it out loud.
It was not.
Yeah,
Kirby.
what the fuck, guys? It's
Why-
Kirby.
It's Kirby.
Why are you judging him so much?
It was so fucking weird.
If you
You
don't
weren't
like
there,
me, I'll
Alyssa,
Kirby
in
stop
person.
you.
He was just doing
Yo.
his thing.
His thing
That
was
day-
weird.
It would have been there.
Living his life.
I'm surprised Sean had the energy to pull like a nice guy act in front of something so weird. Because
That's
like that was the same day where Sean was like collapsing on the ground,
That was
right?
after,
Oh man.
because Sean went to the rave
Mhm.
and he sat there and did nothing but dance.
Right.
And then at the end of the night, I was carrying him in my arms back up to the hotel room.
God.
God, that sort of reminds me of what happened with John. So you guys know John.
Yeah.
For those of you who are listening, he's to quote Mean Girls, too gay to function. He's from Alabama, so it's a really weird combination. So John goes to, it might have been MagFest as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I heard about this secondhand, and he was just like, it was a point in his life where he was just like nearly done with school, and he was super stressed all the time. And I get this picture out of the blue from a friend of mine of John passed out in the middle of the lobby of the hotel in like a ripped up muscle shirt and like super short shorts, and he's just asleep on the floor, and they're like, we don't know what to do, we're afraid that security's gonna come get him. And like part of me, like the sadistic half of me went, leave him. But I went, no, just carry him. He weighs like 90 pounds. Like, just pick him up and take him to the, take him there. And he, good thing came of it. You know, he's been sober now. It's been like 2 months.
John.
He has like a slip up every time he comes down, but that's more like him saying, I've been good. I get to have a Toblerone. Like, whatever.
That is not what he sounds like at all.
This is not what he sounds like.
John sounds like,
That is not what John sounds like.
I didn't say that's what John sounds like. I was just, stereo.
I mean, John has that kind of like effeminate
Yeah.
tone, though.
John also literally cackles like a witch. Like,
I love
That
John.
is true.
I love John's laugh.
John's
It's
laugh.
so funny.
Haven't heard it.
It's
It
that's
like
it.
it could double as a scream. Like,
It's kind of
John's-
like when Kevin does
His chipmunk.
the chipmunk thing, but like on a whole nother level.
Mhm. Like John's probably my best friend, but Jesus Christ, the fact that he passed out in the like a lobby, just drunk. And I should also mention it was like 2:00 in the afternoon when I got this picture.
Mikey, don't people do that at Magfest too? Like they don't buy a room and they just pass out in the lobby.
Oh yeah, I saw a couple of people who were like that.
Yeah,
That sounds so
bummy. Yeah.
dirty. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember I went to Otakon, and like, I would just walk around and there'd just be people at like 7 in the afternoon just passed out in a chair in the convention center.
Jeez.
There's actually, I think there in the Magfest Discord, there's actually like a channel dedicated to taking pictures of people who pass out. Or
I don't trust people
Jesus
to not like
Christ.
rummage through my
might-
belongings.
I might be wrong on that,
On
but
the
or
sleep.
like there's like something.
Right.
It might be
It's underground.
it might be for people who are too drunk, because the first one sounds creepy.
Yeah.
People are creepy.
It's kind of illegal.
That's true.
Yeah, people are creepy.
People.
Throw back to
people are
Kirby.
creepy.
Throwback.
Don't be mean to me. I just want to be friends.
Maybe he did
wanted
just
to
want
show
friends.
you guys my light up nipple.
Hey, Jimmy.
No.
So one of the things that, because we talked about, because we were reminiscing on Magfest the other day, so we were saying let's create a bucket list for those of us going to Magfest. So
Right.
Mm.
here is here's some of the stuff on that bucket list. This was supposed to happen last MagFest, but it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to take a photo with a furry, like a big Supreme Team group photo for the first furry we find.
I feel like that wouldn't really be that hard though.
It's not hard to find.
They
we
might
were
be
just
hard.
like it was something we wanted to do, but we got like so sidetracked.
It was. I think it was day 2 is when we found our first furry, like full fursuit.
Day 1, I found mine.
Really?
Surprised it took us 2 days.
It took
Like the second we got there and I started roaming around, I saw one. It was.
Do we count people who wear tails?
no.
I'm talking full body suit.
I was going for
Okay.
full bodysuit.
Okay.
It depends. Is the tail clip on or is it,
It's not a butt plug, if that's what you're referencing.
No. I'm honestly offended that you would think such a thing.
Is that not what you meant?
That's what I meant. That's
Okay,
definitely what I
good.
meant.
I'm like, good.
I was like, are you actually like referring to something else?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, as soon as we walked in the fucking lobby, there was this dude who was walking around in, like, a hoodie that was, like, a white mage from Final Fantasy, like, 1 or whatever, and he had a tail. I was like, wow, that's a super cool hoodie, and then he turned around, and I was like, and he has a tail. And I swear to God that guy was fucking following us, because I saw him, like, 7 or 8 times that day.
Oh, wow.
He heard you say you liked it, and he went, yes, I'll show you more.
Come back to my hotel room.
Another thing on the bucket list was each person. We're gonna go to the CVS. Each person's gonna get one regular drink, and then we're gonna have Kevin just make us whatever he can with whatever alcohol we have, and whatever drinks we bought.
We're gonna let Kevin
Right.
make
I mean, if you won, I could probably do something a little bit better. I worked in a bar for like 2 years.
Well, the thing is, Kevin doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think that's why it's Kevin on that list.
Yeah.
I see.
Kevin makes.
So you want it to be bad.
I was like,
Kevin
bucket
mixed,
list, also known as the punishment list.
Kevin mixed. What was it? I think it was a blue raspberry Kool-Aid jammer with Jack and vodka.
Did he put the Malibu in there
Why
too?
would why
yeah,
you don't
then-
mix liquors? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, and then he mixed then he made a Malibu Jack Malibu and Jack drink, just straight Malibu and Jack.
He's like, this is like the first time Kevin has like heavily consumed any amount of alcohol, so he went full hog on this shit.
Kevin went dumb. It was I was afraid he was gonna die.
It was so fucking funny. That was the night I started to feel like really fucking. I got like con flu like the day before we left, and I started to feel real goddamn sick. But Kevin's like, man, I wanna go places, and I'm like, if Kevin leaves this room without supervision, he's going to die.
Yeah, because I was also drunk and then left and went to go play with my Magfest.
Yeah, you went to play Joust.
Yeah, I went to play Joust with my Magfest friends.
Could never be
Fun
true.
fact, Konnor. The night prior before us leaving, I just could not fall asleep. I felt sick.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I mean, I never went to a convention. I think the worst thing that ever happened was I have this thing whenever I used to go to parties, like when I worked at the bar and when I was a lot younger, I would go to parties a lot. And what I would do is I would bring a handle of Jack and a deck of cards, and I'd pick one person who felt like playing, and I would play them in cards over and over and over, and the loser would always drink. But I'm kind of a card shark,
okay.
so they would always lose. So I would just get one person like hella drunk, and then I'd move on to the next person. I'd do this over and over and over again. Just to like have fun, because I usually wasn't like huge into parties, but like I enjoyed the social aspect of it. And the fact that I got to drink, around people was kind of fun. But I went to Ocean City, and we almost died on the way up, which was really crazy. There was
Yeah, we almost died. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. No. So there was like some dickhead in like some Ford truck, and we were trying to get past him because he was towing a boat and he was obviously going kind of slow, and he kept speeding with us. And then there was a turn up ahead, and as we're like trying to go past him in the passing lane on our way to Ocean City, a car comes around. We dodge out of the way. No one says a word. We're all dead silent. And then the guy who was driving, I'm the only white guy, he went, "Damn, I thought you were going to scream, but I didn't know y'all were cool like that." And we all start just laughing because it just like the adrenaline going through our systems of just nearly dying. Then we get there, and my buddy Khalil's friend came with no money, no booze, no nothing. And I drank him under the table, and he fell asleep face down and just started vomiting on the carpet.
Oh my god.
Not to mention the room was in my name, so if we didn't get the deposit back, it was basically coming out of my pocket.
Ooh.
So drunk Matt standing over this guy just like, "Oh god, I gotta wake him up so he doesn't die or something." And I just stood over him, and all you see is my hand go up and just smack him. Get up!
Wakey!
Get up!
Jesus.
It was a bad time. The next day we went to Brass Balls, which is a really nice restaurant down in OC. And we walk in there, me and Khalil are sitting there, we're eating like what is basically lunch at that point. He went, "Hey, yo, can I get some of your food?" And I went, "Do you not have money?" He went, "Not really." And I went, "I guess you're not eating."
Damn.
And he just went, "Oh, okay, I guess." And he left. And I felt bad, but at the same time, like, you came to Ocean City with no money.
Yeah.
Like,
Ocean City
I
is
don't
know.
fucking expensive.
It is.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
I feel like I'm missing out on not partying. I don't have any cool stories to tell because I don't go to
That's
parties.
I can tell
that's
you
a good
fun
thing.
story
I've
behind
never
my
been drunk. I've never been high.
Well, you're also like a kid. Like from my
I'm
perspective,
not a kid.
I'm 25. You're like 18. Like you're a kid to me.
Yeah, but I don't
I
know.
mean,
Like if I was 18, you'd be like what, 11?
I don't want to do
quick
that math right now.
Quick maths.
Yeah, it's 11.
Plus two is-
25, 18,
We just
7-year
showed
difference.
everybody how bad we are at math.
Yeah.
We all went.
The man
silent.
who's 5 shots deep can do math better than y'all.
Hey man.
I was just waiting for someone else to do it.
I
They
feel like
already
I'm
did
missing
it.
out on something.
You're not.
It's-
I have a
it's-
fun
I mean-
OC story.
Oh, go ahead.
Cousin.
Yeah, the cousin. Freaking senior week, I went up to OC with my cousin and her best friend because we all got a place together,
Mhm.
and because we got the place very late, the rules were very strict, and one of the rules obviously was no drugs or alcohol. But you know, it's senior week. Of course, we're gonna bring that stuff. Except I didn't really smoke weed at the time. I was trying to get off of it. But my cousin, who will not be named,
I know who that is.
her and her friend decided to constantly do it day in and day out. And they would spray air softener. And usually every night we were parked up at 71
Yes, Matt.
Street.
Huh?
Never mind.
So,
What?
yeah, we were up at 71 Street, and usually the fun house was 135, I believe. And my other cousin was there, but he was in a hotel down on 13th Street. So one night we go out super late, and I'm talking like 3 to 4 in the morning, and no buses were running, and my cousin Dennis was too drunk to get home. So I walked his ass from 134 down to 13 to make sure nothing happened to him. And then I decided to walk back from 13 to 71 throughout the whole morning, and I was exhausted.
Fuck that.
Hmm.
And by the time I got back to my hotel room, my cousins were just finishing up, and they turned on the air vent in the bathroom, and I didn't notice this. And I guess they forgot to spray the
The air freshener.
the air freshener, and they turned on the vent. But I was so out of it, I just collapsed on bed. I shit you not, an hour or two later, I hear banging at our door
Mm-hmm.
of the hotel manager shouting at me, saying that the whole place smells like weed and it's coming from this room. So I had to call my cousin to say we're getting kicked out.
Oh,
That's
And this was halfway through the week.
It is what it is.
Fuck
Yeah.
that, man.
is what it is.
Okay, well, that reminded me of when I went to Ocean City for my senior week. I went with Dominic. I went with this guy Kyle.
Oh, we're
And
about to go from
Solomon.
bad to worse.
No, I don't know if I told you this one.
Oh.
So there was a night where Dominic was just staying in because he was tired. He didn't feel like going out. So it was me, Solomon, and Kyle, and we're walking on the boardwalk, and they were both drunk. They were cross-faded. They were fucking gone. So we're walking on the boardwalk. We got some food. We went to like one of the carnivals at the end of the boardwalk, and I think it was the Jolly Rogers. That was it's called. So
something like that.
yeah, something like that. And we met with some other people who came from our school, and we were all just hanging out and talking. And they started trying to wander off, and I'm like, nope, you guys are staying with me. I don't know where the fuck you're going, but it's not anywhere that isn't with me. So I'm like, okay, hey, listen, guys. I was talking to the two girls we met up with. I was like, hey, guys, I'll be back later. I need to take them back to the hotel room. They're going to die. So we're walking back, and I'm just like, okay, we're leaving. Come on, let's go. And we're walking down. I'm like, Solomon, where are you going? Why are you walking away? He was like, oh man, I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking around. I'm gonna say hi to Cedric now. I'm like, wait, what? And I look over, and he's like hugging some random dude. And I'm like, why? I was like, and then he like the dude looks at me, and it's this guy named Cedric from our high school. I was like, how the fuck did you see him? His head was turned. You saw the back of his head. And Cedric's like, oh, hey, Solomon, how are you? Why are you hugging me?
Jesus Christ.
So I explained the situation. I finally get him away from Cedric, and we're walking, and then he takes out his phone. He's calling everyone who was on the high school soccer team with him. And finally, I take the phone away when he's talking to this kid, Ryan. And I'm like, hey, Ryan, sorry, Solomon's crossfaded right now. We're trying to get back to the hotel room. And he's like, oh, is he okay? Does he need like a ride or something? Does he need a place to stay? And I'm like, no, he's good. We're going back to the hotel room. Everything's fine. And I was like, wow, Ryan's a fucking stand-up guy.
Was it Ryan Ross?
Ryan Dean.
I don't know.
So we get back into the room, and we had like these wristbands that they forced us to wear in order to go up to our rooms.
I remember those.
Well, we didn't see like anybody else with them, and they were like, yeah, no, everybody's doing this. We didn't see anybody else with them, so we're like, we're not fucking wearing these all the time. So we would like snap them off, and then I think Kyle went down to the CVS and just bought a roll of tape. But like, they snapped theirs off and forgot to put them back on. So they walked up to the front desk, like, hey, can we get new ones, please? And they were like, are you trying to sneak people in or something? And they're like, no, we're not. We just need new ones. And they're like, well, if you're trying to sneak people in, you're not getting your deposit back, which was my money, first of all. And I was like, we're not. I was like, I swear to God, we're not sneaking people in. So they go up and they start smoking. It's not a very big hotel either. I'm like, guys, please, for God's sakes, it's my deposit. It's my one. I want my $100 back. So they finally pass out. Everything seems fine. Dominic wakes up because we put Family Guy on. He just rolls over and goes, turn this the fuck off. I was like,
I was really hoping you were gonna say he rolls over and he's like, it seems today. Oh, you see?
You guys are making me jealous.
God.
I'm making you jealous because I just told you a story of me having to take care of people.
You did
No,
pay-
because you actually got to have a senior week.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Alyssa, I technically didn't have it here, so
I technically didn't get an end to my senior year, so I technically don't get a graduation or a prom or a senior week, or I probably won't go to college for the first semester because that's fucked too.
That's kind of rough.
This quarantine thing.
It's a cool story. You're the generation that got fucked by coronavirus.
Oh wow, so I just wanted to be normal, dude.
Maybe you'll go on TMZ. It'll be great.
No.
Here, when you come down to Maryland, we'll just have like an impromptu graduation for you. You'll be the valedictorian, the SGA president, all. So make sure you get
Yay.
all of those speeches ready.
All right, I got you. I got you. I literally will.
Listen, listen.
You know, of all the things I've doubted in my life, her saying "I will" to that, not something I doubt.
Alyssa,
I actually will.
if you do this, we'll go to like a park or something, and we'll all wear like bathrobes or something.
I still have my graduation out.
We need to make a certificate for her.
Yeah, you
I'll
graduated
just
from
bring my diploma with me.
Supreme Team High.
Yay!
Uh,
Wow.
That's how we got into
about
this
my
conversation
prom?
in the first place.
God.
Are you gonna make me a prom too?
if you wanna dance on your own, sure.
I'll dance with you. It'll be more like
I'll dance with Konnor.
6 feet apart.
Thanks. Thanks.
No.
I know how to do the
I'll be as
twist.
close to you as possible.
I'm gonna throw it back on
What
someone.
else can I do?
Throw it back.
Yeah, you're
The
gonna have to
theme is
like throw.
Corona.
Oh, you know what we could do? We could get a cardboard cutout of Danny DeVito, and you could throw it back on him.
Oh my god.
No. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No.
We're gonna need
We're doing it.
we're gonna need someone to we're gonna need some people to be chaperones.
No. I'll have it
You're not
first.
getting the authentic prom experience if you don't have a
Yeah.
chaperone or two.
I had
Yeah,
no,
Adam,
I
he seems like a chaperone.
I still had a junior prom. I know how it
Whoever's
like.
not willing to get on the dance floor is a chaperone.
Oh, I'm
She's
a
like,
chaperone.
I don't want
I'm
my
a chaperone.
dad there. Stop it.
God, half the fucking Supreme Team's gonna be chaperones, and it's gonna be like me, Kevin, Matt, and Alyssa are the students on the dance
Dude,
floor.
I can't dance.
I don't want to be a student.
Throw it back.
You're getting your Danny DeVito cutout. You can only throw it back
No.
on that.
Hell no.
God.
Why not Danny? What do you have against Danny DeVito?
Why wouldn't I just throw it back on my boyfriend?
He's
Just
not.
saying.
Is he
He's not-
coming?
If I'm going down there, I'm bringing.
Well,
Noah.
it's $80 per ticket for the real authentic prom experience.
No, actually,
Wait. And let me look up how much Danny DeVito costs.
my boyfriend's prom tickets were 170. Like
Oh.
for a
Huh?
pair.
Now
You
we're
buy them
driving
a
the
pair.
price up.
You have to have a date to go to their prom.
What?
Private school shit.
That's so
It's only
stupid.
$20. Oh, the life size cutout is $70.
Wait, you have to have a date to go to their prom?
Yeah, and you have to have a date to go to their homecoming too.
What the
Why?
fuck? Why?
Man, then I would not have been allowed.
It's private school.
I hate private school.
I really hate the fact that
We don't have to get
Noah-
into that if we don't want to.
No, I will literally. I rant about it to Noah all the time. I tell him that he's privileged all the time.
Yeah, tell him off.
I don't
Tell him
think-
how
No, 'cause he-
privileged.
He's
And
like
Whitey
not.
is.
He's really not. But sometimes he just really acts like a private school kid, and it annoys me so much.
I feel like private school kids don't get the authentic high school experience. Everyone
don't.
needs to be bullied at least once in their life so they
Yeah.
gain some humility.
Well, he goes to an all-boys school, so.
Oh, there's a lot of bullying. Don't worry.
I mean,
You know, my cousin went to private school, and I actually have a really good story revolving around him going there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Konnor probably knows this one already.
God.
So, my cousin Devin, he and I were born about 6 days apart. So we're more like brothers than we are like anything. but he went to Pilates, which is a private school. It's a Catholic private school in Maryland.
Pilates, brother, exercise.
Shut up.
That's Pilates.
You're thinking of pierogies?
Those
no.
are delicious.
Yeah, exactly. But he went to this private school, and I think it was his sophomore year of high school, he convinced his English teacher that he couldn't read. Because he didn't like reading in class. So one day in class, he gets called on. And the thing about Devin, he's got these big blue eyes, he's got like a real round face. He's skinny, but he looks real honest, even though he's not. And she calls him in. She says, Devin, can you read page 126? And he looks her dead in the eye, expressionless, goes, I can't. She says, why? He goes, can't read. And she went, what? And he went, I can't read. And he's just sitting there looking her dead in the face. So he says this, and he goes, she says, how do you do your homework? And he's like, oh, my parents read it to me when I'm at home. And she went, oh my, I'm so sorry. And she says this, and she tries to help him and everything. This fucker can read. I know he can read. Everyone knows he can read. And he
so mean.
and he goes through like 3/4 of the year. And then one day he's in class and he's texting. And the teacher says, Devin, what are you doing? He goes, oh, my bad. He puts it away. And she went, no, what were you doing? He went, oh, I'm sorry, I was texting. And she went, how can you read it? So the school calls in his parents. And he has to explain to them that for 3/4 of his sophomore year of high school, he had convinced the teacher that he couldn't read. And I talked to my Uncle Scott about it. He went, I wanted to punch him in his head, but at the same time, it was so hard not to laugh because this bitch thought he couldn't read.
Fucking god.
That's kind of on her.
When I was in high school, I think I've told this one to Konnor and Josh. I don't know if I've told you two. But so my sophomore year, I was a part of this thing called the IB program, which is like, it's dumb. I hated it, and I dropped out the same year. But it's AP, but you get more college credits pretty much. So
For very specific things.
yeah, and there wasn't really much for music, so I dropped out. Anyways, so I was in the class meant for the IB kids, which is like a bunch of really like smart, some of them stuck up, and some of them complete assholes. And we had to do this thing called IOP, which is independent oral presentation.
Yup.
Giggity.
I knew someone was gonna say it.
Say what?
Anyways, so I was not prepared at all. It was my day to present. I didn't have shit. So the night before, I was sitting there on Skype with Kevin and Dominic, and I'm like, guys, how do I get out of this? What do I do? So Kevin's like, well, if you open the file in Notepad, all of the code all of the code is right there. So you can just delete stuff and add stuff, and then it's impossible to open unless you fix it completely. So I was like, Kevin, you're a genius. So I do that, and then I send it to him, and I come in the next day, and it's after class, and he pulls me up, and he's like, hey, Mikey, so I tried to open your IOP, and it just wasn't working. And I was like, huh, that's weird. I have no idea. I mean, maybe I could take it to my my business teacher. We do a lot of computer stuff in there. Maybe she has an idea of what to do. And he's like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. And I was like, okay, cool. So I take it in there, and I did it just in case he asked. And she's like looking at it, and I was like low key worried she's gonna figure it out.
Oh my god.
And she's like, yeah, I don't know how to open this either. I don't know what's going on. And I'm just like, oh my, dang it. Gosh, dang it. Well, I have an older version of it saved. I'm just going to need some time to work on it, sir. And he's like, okay, I'll give you 1 more week. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I was sitting there like, yes, I'm a fucking genius. Fuck all of you.
God.
I've played you like a goddamn fiddle.
Dude.
Oh my god, Kevin's a genius.
Fucking.
I've never once cheated on anything
oh
ever,
my-
and I've never once done anything.
I have a few cheating stories.
I
Oh,
wrote
boy.
I wrote a song that I was going to play to convince a teacher to let me pass. I was gonna walk in there. It was literally all about let me saying, it's just like let me make up this assignment and let me pass and shit. And I was gonna walk in there with my guitar and start playing it, but then I got my drama teacher to convince her, because I was like this teacher, is definitely supports creative arts, so maybe if I do this song thing. But then I was like, I'm also in the musical. I'll just have Tucker ask it. But I'll keep the song on the backboard just in case.
The back burner.
Jesus.
I don't know. I've never done anything quite that elaborate.
Either.
But I did have to do a presentation on. Do you guys know what water barons are?
No.
Like a
bear?
tardigrade?
No, not at the. No.
That's a water bear. My bad.
Yes. Tardigrades are, funnily enough, something you're going to run into during the campaign that you're currently in.
Sick.
Yeah. It was very hard to write up that stat page, but everything it has resistance to literally everything, and that's the meme. No, but I was doing a paper on water barons and water inequality in America. And basically what water barons are is they, like, you know how farmers can't collect rainwater, right? Because some sort of law. Normal people aren't allowed to, like, put buckets outside to, like, collect rainwater because it's considered unsafe to drink, and that's what they sort of say it is. But the research thing that I was doing was these people will create artificial lakes out in the middle of the boondocks and let them fill all the way up to water, and then they bottle up and they sell them to either like cities can pull from the water source so they get paid for that, or they'll sell it to companies like Dasani or Deer Park or something for them to be able to use that water. And they're legally allowed to do it rather than a private citizen. And they make like millions and billions of dollars every single year. And I didn't know how to talk out an entire 2 minutes on this because I was woefully unprepared, because what I just said is the extent of my knowledge. So what I did was I bought 2 giant, like, I want to say like liter bottles of water. And I drank both of them at once in front of the whole class. I was like, here's how much water we have. And I held up both the bottles. And then I unscrewed the top and I drank one of them, burped, unscrewed the other one, drank like 95% of the other one, had a little bit left in my mouth. And I went, spit some back in it. And here's what they let everyone else have. And everyone was like, damn, he just drank 2 liters of water. And like, my teacher was like, the presentation was pretty good, but I'm more impressed with how you just chugged in front of an entire class for a presentation. I was like, yes, I need to pee. I'll be right back. Oh, man. But, like, I didn't drink the entire day. Like, I had nothing to drink.
Oh, okay.
Preparation.
I was
Hell
very,
yeah.
that was my preparation for the presentation. It wasn't research or anything like that. No, I was thirsty.
I like to imagine throughout the day, just like out of nowhere, unprompted, like multiple people were just offering you water, and you're just like, no, I can't. I'm sorry.
No, I actually almost threw up.
Oh God.
Well, it was a lot of water.
Wasn't that okay? I'm not sure if this actually happened. I vaguely remember this. Have you ever heard of the contest that happened back when the Nintendo Wii came out? It was hold your Wii for a Wii. Has anyone heard of that?
What?
Like don't go pee.
You had
For
the
a Wii?
no. It was yeah. Okay. Look at it and make sure this is a thing. But I'm gonna keep talking about it.
A mother of three died.
Yep, here it is. Okay,
died.
okay, wait.
Oh,
Yep, this is it. Okay, so, there was it was holding.
Oh, no. It was a radio station.
It was a radio station.
It wasn't Nintendo sponsored.
Okay. So they were doing a thing called Hold Your Wii for a Wii, where they just kept giving people water, and the last one to go pee wins a Nintendo Wii.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was Sacramento station KDND 107.9.
They what was it? They the person who
Issues.
the person who won it, they of course they got the Wii, but they ended up dying because
Yep.
of how long they held their pee in.
She had 3 children too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, it just gets worse and worse.
Does it say like exactly what happened in the article?
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm pouring a shot. I mean, praying for children.
Christ.
A mother of 3 died from water intoxication after a radio station drinking competition. The California coroner said on Saturday Jennifer Strange, 28, competed in Sacramento station KDND 107.9's Hold Your Wii for a Wii contest to try and win a Nintendo console for her 3 now orphaned children.
I don't like that they worded it like that.
No. I added that.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my fucking
No.
god.
Contestants were handed half-pint bottles of water to drink every 15 minutes for the first hour, and then larger bottles to up the ante. Laura Rios, Strange's colleagues at Radiological Associates of Sacramento, said, she said to one of her supervisors that she was on her way home and her head was hurting her real bad. She was crying, and that was the last anyone had heard from her. Her body was discovered at home on Friday. Oh, God, wow. Kids must have thought she was just feeling real bad because it says... Because when was this? The competition... When did the competition take place? It doesn't say. But it says that her body wasn't discovered until Friday. The winner was the last contestant to go to the toilet. Fellow contestant James Ybarra said... They were small little half-pint bottles, so we thought it was going to be easy. They told us if you don't feel like you can do this, don't put your health at risk. Healthy kidneys are able to excrete about 1 to 1.5 liters of water per hour. Hence why drinking 2 liters of water feels terrible. Problem occurs at greater volumes when the narrow range of salt concentrations they must maintain are upset. Commonly, water intoxication causes death by lowering the concentration of sodium in the blood to a dangerous level, causing cells to rupture as water swells them by osmosis. So the reason she was having a headache, basically what it says is the cells in her brain were literally bursting at the seams with water.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Also, send me that link to the article so I can put it in the description when I upload this.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh.
That's fucked.
Fuck.
Okay, how are you a radio station?
To be fair, if everyone was listening for the entire time, that's the whole article essentially.
Well, still, I mean, I'm going to link
Yeah.
it just cause.
Cite your
Yeah.
sources.
How do you not know
Yeah.
that drinking lots and lots of water can kill people? And yet,
Well, I mean, the least they could do is like have a salt like standing on standby, you know.
Right.
Because all things considered, from what it says, is less about the amount of water in your system as it is about the imbalance of salt to water.
I feel like they just, in general, weren't prepared for the situation at all.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine someone who thought up Hold Your Wii for a Wii wasn't prepared. Yeah, it sounded like a real bright bunch to me.
Something tells me they're not in business anymore. That radio station, or at least the people at it, aren't finding any work.
Hold your weave. Well, no one's finding work.
That's just a
Topical.
weird thing. Hold
No,
your
I mean,
Wii for a
it's
Wii.
it,
I thought that was like a holding your dick contest.
Well,
now that I could ace.
I don't know. My arms would get tired.
I mean,
I know Mikey could do it.
In case the joke went over your head, he's saying I hold penis all the time.
Mine might be able to go over my head, but yours can barely get past your belly button.
I don't know why I thought of this. But like it was something I wanted to talk about, and I was just like, for the longest time, like I
like how Mikey started it with, I don't know if this actually happened or not. Like this could not be real.
Yeah, it was a very quick Google search to find out
It's like-
some lady has orphaned children because she drank too much water.
Oh my god, that's
it's
terrible.
like this.
How long ago
the
did that
scenario?
happen?
This back when the Wii came out. So like,
The article was posted January 2007 on the 15th.
I wonder where her kids are now.
2007.
Not at
Yeah,
her mom's
that's-
house. I mean,
Oh my god.
Do you think they sold the Wii after?
no.
No.
it's
They,
like
they get fucking PTSD when they see
their
the
mother's
Wii.
picture is on the Wii as a shrine
know-
in her memory.
I was
No, they
thinking-
made a
I
me
was
out of her.
Oh
They like made
god.
a me that was her.
At her funeral, they're sitting there and said, "In loving memory."
Ah!
I was choked.
Yeah, you think you're choking? Imagine her.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's so bad.
yeah, it really is, isn't it?
It's funny as fuck.
Yeah. I want everyone to know these are jokes, you know.
Oh, absolutely no. It's not actually how we feel.
Definitely.
Jesus Christ.
How do we move on?
Well, like this.
How did they?
They just don't stop. Party don't stop.
I need to stop. I need to be stopped.
Let's move on. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, like when this whole coronavirus shit blows over, or not even blows over, like maybe just is like to a point in which we can stop social
Right, like when the
distancing.
quarantine is lifted.
Yeah. I just cannot wait for it to happen because like I want to see you guys again, and like I know we've become a lot of plans and whatnot, and like Dominic, specifically, he wants to start. Matt just put a terrible GIF in the chat.
I see it.
I
Let it out, Mikey.
huh?
Let it out. Keep going.
So I really cannot wait for it to end. And Dominic keeps saying that like he wants to start up a YouTube channel, or he wants to start his YouTube channel back up, but he doesn't want to make like gaming videos. And I was like, you seem like a vlogger. He's like, yeah, but there's nothing to fucking vlog right now. I go to work, I come home, I play games, I go to sleep. So I was just saying, yeah, we're just all over. We're probably gonna be doing hella stuff. We can do stuff together, and you can vlog it. It'd be fun. Like
Road trip to Pennsylvania.
there's more of us in two of you. And y'all can come to us.
Fine. Whatever.
Dope.
Just saying, that would be a good vlog.
That's true.
It would be, but I think the only person willing to drive that far is probably Josh.
And you think I'm willing to drive that far?
Well, I'm saying there's more of us.
Y'all actually have jobs. You know what I'm waiting for? To have a fucking job again.
There's only 5 of us can fit in Josh's car.
Coronavirus.
All things considered, I could probably fit like 8 people in my car, but the people in the back gonna have to scrunch.
Then we put Konnor, Josh, and Kevin back. Kevin has big thighs. Never mind.
Kevin got the Mondo.
If
thighs.
anyone has a generator too, we could probably set it up so that we have like a TV back there and we could play Smash while we drive.
The fuck? How
Not
big's
you,
your
you're
car?
Well, no. Okay, so it's a 2003 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So there's like 2 seats up front, 3 people can sit in the back, and then you can basically stick people in the trunk if they're tiny.
Are they gonna have a way to like secure?
No, if we're all
themselves?
bringing bags, they're gonna be underneath bags.
This sounds really dangerous.
Yeah.
Wait, we road trip to Pennsylvania. I guess we could
Why would we go to Pennsylvania? I still
Because
think.
I lived there.
What? Well, you know, what are we gonna do?
Look at some Amish people. I don't know.
Exactly. My idea was I can get the boys, throw them in my truck. We go down to OC for the day. Someone makes sure my back doesn't burn. Everyone bring a little little container. I know how to make the perfect cocktail. You take Arnold Palmer green tea, and there's this thing called Shipwreck Briny Gold mango flavored rum. You put those two together. Ooh. We can drink sex on the beach.
Is Assateague Island closed unless you're camping there? Like closed to the public?
I don't know what that even is.
You don't know what Assateague Island is? It's like right next to OC. It's like a 20-minute drive from OC.
Oh,
Not even 20 minutes, like maybe 10 minutes. It's an island with a fuck ton of horses, and you're not supposed. And they specifically tell you to not ride them naked, because it apparently has happened a lot.
Like wild horses?
Yeah, there's wild horses.
And you ride them naked.
Yep, apparently
You're not supposed to. Well, I imagine what happened is the person who owned the island. I don't know if you know this, but wild horses bite.
Yeah.
They do.
And if you're naked, wow.
I want to not.
So don't be
You
naked.
mean do?
No, like I want to not think that happened to somebody.
No, I mean
Now,
like.
Konnor, how many people are in the world and how many people have died?
That's fair.
What's the guy's name? He's a ginger, going kind of bald. He's a comedian. He got in trouble for jacking off in front of somebody.
I don't know, Carrot Top.
Tony guy?
Louis C.K.
Never
Louis
heard of
C.K.
him.
So Louis C.K. has this great
What?
bit.
You've never heard of Louis C.K.?
Yeah, Louis C.K. is hilarious. It's just
I thought he
he's-
was like the most well-known comedian.
he's a pretty well-known comedian. But
man.
he's just got some weird stuff he's into. But everyone's got
Yeah.
that. But Louis C.K. has this bit where he talks about his two daughters. And he says, yeah, we took this trip out to Italy and we're staying in this nice place and they have these beautiful wild horses. And I've never done any research about wild horses, but my girls love horses. Every little girl likes horses. So we go out there and they're throwing them like food and stuff, and one walks up and my daughter looks at me and she says, "Can I pet it, Daddy?" And I go, "Yeah, go ahead, sure, go up, go pet it." And the little girl walks up and the horse bites the shit out of her.
Oh my god.
And he freaks out, so he runs her inside. She's crying. She goes, "Why, Daddy? Why hate me?" And he went, "I don't know. It doesn't like you. I don't know." He's freaking out. And then they looked it up later and, find out wild horses are very, defensive. And they'll bite you if they don't know you. And the daughter had calmed down and everything. She understood what it meant. Well, as much as, an 8-year-old can understand.
I
Right.
feel like most wild animals, regardless of, if you think they would, just like to bite. Geese fucking suck.
Truth.
Well, yeah, geese are also devil
There was,
creatures.
Listen, I can fight a goose.
I actually have punched a goose in the face.
You gotta kick a goose. You can't punch a goose.
I punched it.
Yo, you grab it by its neck.
Yeah. Swing it around like a big old club.
When I
Bonk.
was-
Hell yeah.
It was I think it was junior year, early junior year of high school. I was hanging out with some friends, and we were up at this park, and there was just a fuck ton of geese just walking around, and we were just eating Wawa, just hanging out,
Mhm.
and one of them walks up, and he starts hissing or some shit, and I'm like, is he got a problem with us?
But you
I
better
don't-
step off.
I was like, I don't like this. He starts coming forward, throwing his head forward and shit.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, okay, he's coming towards us. I'm not liking this. And he comes over and my first reaction is to just get up, swing, and punch him. So
Perfectly timed.
I hit him, and he recoils for a second, looks at me, and just walks away. He's like,
He's like, all right.
he's like, all right. This fucking guy.
I made a calculated decision, but boy, am I bad at math.
You know, Mikey, I can't be reminded of animals hissing time Nathan threw that chicken tender at your cat.
One day, Josh's brother Nathan was staying over my house, and we got Royal Farms, and the cat was sitting up on one of the shelves, and Nathan was like walking out of my living room and into the kitchen, and the cat was up on a shelf in the kitchen, and like Nathan walks by, and the cat just reaches his paw out and hits Nathan in the fucking forehead. And Nathan's like, this fucking cat. And I'm in the living room playing Halo, and I'm like, what happened? He's like, the cat just hit me. So I walk out of the kitchen, pick up a chicken tender, and just beam it at him. I hit him, and he just goes running, and then we're just dying on the floor. There's a chicken tender lying there. Then he comes back and takes the chicken tender.
Well, yeah, no.
No, there was
cat.
more to the story.
There was more to the story?
Yeah, like an hour later, didn't like the cat like walk into the look at Nathan, hiss and like walk out.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
God.
I've never seen something like that, mainly because, well, not quite like that, but my dad dated a woman for a number of years when I was younger, named Dawn. And she had 2 Shih Tzus and a Himalayan cat, which is like a cat that doesn't have fur, but it has hair. So you have to shave it down every once in a while. At one time, we took her into the vet. My father brought her in the morning. I picked her up in the afternoon. And she was all shaved. She had her shots. I pick her up in my car. Funny enough, I had a really bad GPS back then that wouldn't tell me until like I had to make the turn.
Jesus.
So I literally ran over the median and nearly like crashed into the building because I was going like 65 on a highway, and then it went, make a right turn. I went, huh?
Jesus Christ.
But that's not important. So I pick up the cat and I put her in the seat next to me, and I make sure she's all secure and everything. She's purring. She's like, oh my God, thank you. You saved me. We get home. She's sitting on my lap. She's all lovey. And she has this weird, like, deposit of fat on her lower stomach. So she was a female cat, but it looked like she had this huge pair of nuts. It was just her tummy, but, like there was, like, I guess, the indentation of what I could only imagine were cat abs. So it just looked like she had a giant pair of nuts. And they were just big orbs of fat. And me and my cousin used to smoke weed back then, so we'd get really high and we'd play with her big old cat nuts. We'd like poke them. She didn't care. But she slept with me for like 2 weeks, and then one day my dad comes up to me. He went, "You're not gonna believe what happened." I went, "What?" He went, "I came home from work. I was really tired. I was gonna call it early. I took a shower. I went to get in bed. You know what I found in my bed?" I went, "What?" "Cat shit." She's pissed off at me because I took her to the vet. That's when we found out Phoebe, the cat, had a very vengeful side where she would just, if she didn't like something you did, she would just shit in your bed.
Jesus Christ.
I never found shit in my bed.
Oh, real quick, I just wanted to, because I was thinking about it after I said I beamed a chicken tender at my cat. I love cats.
Yeah.
They're great, and
Especially when they have huge nuts.
He takes care of the cats that roam around.
I take care of wild cats that like roam around our neighborhood. They have like a little house near my house.
It's the chill zone.
They all just come over here and chill. They all have names. They're adorable, and I love them. So wait, to go back to what you were talking about with your cat. What? So it was just fat.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't fat. It was just like she had a tongue.
So I was really hoping that you were saying, "You never believe what I found," and like, you know, you thought maybe we were all thinking shit. I was really hoping that like the cat just fucking gave birth in my bed. What the fuck?
No, she was an
My
inside cat
God.
through and through.
All of my cats are inside cats, mainly because
They don't like to go outside.
no, only one of them didn't like to go. Only one of them didn't like to go outside.
Hmm.
I'm afraid that they're never gonna fucking find their way home.
Mm.
Especially this. There's one cat I had a while back,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just fucking dumb. Like, he was just. I don't know. He was just so dumb, and he always like managed to fall out of he always managed to fall out of like the window in the family room, which it's only like a 3-foot drop, not even.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Anyways, he would just fall out of the window if we left it open, and then he'd sit there and just meow, and meow. And then he'd roam around the backyard, then he'd come back and meow, and he'd meow. He didn't know how to jump back up. So one day we were like, okay, we were like one day, let's see if he likes snow. So it started snowing in the middle of December. So we leave the door open. He walks outside and he jumps up 3 feet, but he couldn't do it before. First of all,
Yeah.
he jumps up 3 feet because we have like a little garden area, in the backyard. He jumps up onto it and just like walks in and like puts one paw in the snow, and immediately books it back inside. And I've never seen. He was a fat fucking cat. Never seen him move so fast. It was, I don't know.
Just dumb, dude. I'm pretty sure my cat's like that too.
Your cat has a scar.
Yeah, my cat does wear. He wears a scarf like he's from frickin'
Fantasyland.
No, what's it? What's the new Pokemon?
Mystery
Mystery
Dungeon.
Dungeon. Yeah, he looks like he's from Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, he has a Pecha scarf.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything that they would like to finish on?
Oh, we're done already?
I'm
mean,
a dog person.
We're like an hour.
Josh, I thought you liked cats, but no, Nathan likes cats, right?
I like cats. I'm just more of a dog person.
Which one of you's allergic though?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, my girl's
I'm not allergic anymore as much as I used to. Like I could probably live with a cat.
All right, because you went to my house and didn't die.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, Mikey remembers. I used to be at his house a while, but I used to have an inhaler when I'm over his house.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've got a good one. Last thing.
Okay.
So how many do we have? We have 5. So we'll do one day of the week. So basically, you're given the power that you can only eat noodles for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Noodle-based dishes, I should say. So like chicken Alfredo, like a chicken parm, spaghetti and meatballs, something like that.
Okay, this sounds a lot better now.
Right. I'm not saying like just like Asiatic noodle. I'm saying like
Spaghetti.
pasta based, essentially. Something that falls into that. So you could do like mac and cheese. So we'll start from Konnor and we'll work our way down from the Discord. And you'll be Monday and we'll work our way up to Friday. What is your dish and why?
Chicken parm. Wait, can it be anything?
As long as noodles are the main, like, the main thing about it.
Okay.
Noodles aren't the main thing. Chicken parm.
You can have spaghetti with chicken parm.
Well, if we're
But it's not
talking
the
like,
main thing. It's called
I'm talking
chicken
like
parm for a
ratio.
reason.
I'm talking like
Right.
ratio.
Okay, well then, I mean, I'll make it even simpler. It's gonna be spaghetti because my Italian heritage fucking screams at me to eat spaghetti.
Same.
My mom makes the most bomb spaghetti sauce on the goddamn planet.
What kind
and
of
I'd be
tomato?
eating that shit every day of the week.
Listen, you know what? I need to show you. I need to show you what happens when Italians live in Maryland when they create something called the crab spaghetti.
Oh, I'm down.
That sounds so good.
I'm fucking down.
Like whatever crabs we have left over after we have crabs, like the
Just
next
sounds like
day,
a
my mom
ragu.
will pick out some of the meat and take some of the shells and claws, put it in the sauce, let it marinate for a bit, and you just slap that meaty sauce with some crabs over some
Yum.
noodles. Oh, all that juice. It's
Oh, I'm hungry.
Mhm.
We eating paschetti on Monday, Matthew.
What about
Okay,
you,
so-
Josh?
Huh?
Tuesday.
So Tuesday.
What?
So are you going with like a carbonara after saying that? Like a crab carbonara?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go with crab carbonara.
All right.
What do?
For me, I'm probably gonna go with like a nice pork belly tonkatsu ramen.
I don't even know what that is.
Tonkatsu. It's what I order when I go to ramen place.
What about you?
I know. Pork belly's good.
Pork belly
Thank you,
with some
Beebop.
like green onions, skip the seaweed, a little bit of Naruto thrown in there.
I'm gonna blow your fucking minds with mine. All right.
All right.
So
Take a hot. Sorry.
I'm still not done.
Matt's fucking.
I'm
list-
sorry.
But I want extra noodle. And since it's already got the pork belly in there, I mean, I'm just gonna go full on. Just toss a couple of like egg rolls in that bitch too.
You can
That's a
put
lot.
egg rolls in your ramen.
The place I go to, it basically they come out. You got the pork belly and everything in there already, but then they stick like 2 things of like egg rolls into the ramen. So when you pull it out, it's already been dipped in like the soup. When you crunch into it, all the flavor blends together. And, oh, it's so good.
Damn. Where do you go?
I always forget the name.
Well.
I'll think of it.
Okay.
All right. We good?
Yeah.
So very elaborate. You take a hot dog, but you don't cook it yet, right?
Okay.
And you slice it up into little pieces, like an inch thick. And then you take your spaghetti noodles, uncooked, and you shove them through the hot dog. And then you cook the hot dog with the noodles in a boiling pot of water. And then you got spaghetti filled hot dogs. And that's what I would like.
That's Thursday.
I've never heard of anyone doing that before, ever.
Let's try it.
I've done it.
That's kind of awesome.
It's really good.
The place is called Uma Uma.
Oh, I think Mason told me about that place.
It's really fucking good.
All right, Mikey.
Okay. Friday, some lo mein.
Ooh,
Lo mein. Okay. What kind?
Lo mein.
Are we going chicken, steak, shrimp?
Oh, pork.
Pork.
Pork lo mein.
Pork is great.
Lo mein. I'll be honest. I like all lo mein except for pork because the noodles are already greasy.
Well, I mean, you already said something with pork in it, didn't you?
Yeah, pork
Okay.
belly.
Well, then I guess we'll go with chicken.
Okay.
Okay.
I've never had chicken lo mein. I had mine. Mine was probably steak.
It's all right.
I've had chicken.
Man, now I'm hungry.
Yeah,
Me
right.
too.
The Cardinals.
Talking food.
What time is it?
It's about to
11:50.
Okay, so it's almost. All right, so it's almost 11 o'clock here.
I had no peak chicken tonight for dinner.
No, what?
No peak chicken. It's a homemade.
I thought you said no
Oh, okay.
peak chicken. I was like, what is it peeking at?
No pee.
It's peeking at you, bitch.
It's like chicken soup. It's like chicken broth over chicken along with the rice. It's delicious.
Josh's mom is a fucking fire cook.
I
Not
think
gonna lie.
it's a good spot to end it.
Yeah.
Remember when we made the statue?
I had a really
The
good time with this one. This was fun.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, especially that part where we talked about that woman dying.
Jesus.
Yeah, really fun.
Super fun.
Whatever.
What?
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.